let's talk about main topic number 3. And main topic number 3 involves a little video app called TikTok. Now, I am not on TikTok. People have asked me, when am I going to create a TikTok account and branch out? Because here's the thing, if you're a video content creator, you want to try to be on many of these different platforms. You just want to spread your wings. You want to get your fingers in as much dishes as possible to be successful. And there does seem to be some real money on TikTok. I've seen some celebrities that have quite a huge following. They get great sponsorship deals, and they make good money on TikTok. And yet, I have never been even remotely tempted to get on it, for the main fact that, honestly, I think TikTok is one of the most self-indulgent things ever. Like, I know some people who do it really well. I've seen a couple people where it's like, yeah, some of these small videos are kind of cute, but otherwise, TikTok is like mostly people just saying, like, look at my hair, isn't my makeup pretty, look at this, look at that. And granted, I could get on TikTok and I could, like, how should I say, like, share my, physical media collection. I mean, that's what my Apptrepreneur vlogs channel I do. I share a lot of my collectibles and physical media. And I'm sure I could do that on TikTok, but it's like on the other. But the thing is, it's just not my thing. It's like super limiting. And I look at the kinds of videos that become popular on TikTok, and it's not for me. But that said, I'm glad I never got into it because apparently TikTok might be a Chinese spy tool. No joke. It might be inside a Chinese spy tool. Now, why are people saying this? Well, here's the thing. They're starting to think because of hackers. Now, it should be noted that TikTok is I believe, a Chinese-owned app, or a Chinese firm has a very, very huge investment in it. I do know the CEO is a former Disney executive, so it does have an American CEO. But China has a major role in this. I believe they actually own this outright. And a lot of TikTok videos wind up on Chinese servers. Now, the reason that this started becoming an issue is that hackers started trying to reverse engineer the app. And hackers do this usually for fun, usually to find out how it works. Sometimes they do it for more nefarious purposes, but most of the time they're just curious how the app works. And when they reverse engineered it, they found some pretty disturbing things. Like, they found that information that people would use to log into websites and browsing history and stuff like that would be frequently copied and sent to a server somewhere. And that was really concerning. In fact, let's look at this article really quick. So we'll skip the who's behind the app. TikTok's parent company, ByteDance. So their parent company is a Chinese app. Now, where was that the looming ban? So here's the thing. I can't find that information. Of course I can't. So, well, anyway, like I said, they reverse engineered the thing, and they found that the app was copying information and sending it somewhere. And that's concerning enough that President Trump is actually considering banning TikTok. Now, he's saying it's over the coronavirus, but Mike Pompeo has said that it has more to do with how TikTok actually operates. So let's look at this. President Donald Trump said Tuesday he was considering banning the popular video sharing app TikTok. His remarks followed similar comments made by the Secretary of State, Mike Pompeo, who told Fox News on Monday that the administration was considering banning TikTok over privacy and national security concerns, fearing Chinese surveillance. It's something, and Trump said, it's something we're looking at, yes. It's a big business. Look what happened with China with this virus. What they've done to this country and to the entire world is disgraceful. He said, adding that banning TikTok was one of many options he's considering to punish China over the coronavirus. Now, in my opinion, I'm just going to respond. I don't always respond to what Trump does on this channel. I'm going to state this right now. In fact, I'm even going to move over here just so that there's no misunderstanding what's going on. I think it's a mistake to go after TikTok for this reason. I mean, here's the thing. we can play the blame game with the coronavirus as much as we want. Yeah, we know where it got started, but you know what? It's not a very compelling case. Like, because you did this, we're going to ban you for this. That's a very poor argument to make. However, the argument you can make is, hey, we have some very serious security concerns about this thing. We don't think it's on the level, and so we might ban it until we can get to the bottom of what's going on. That is the reason Trump should be banning it. When he says that he's doing this to punish China over the coronavirus, he just looks petty. Just so, even though I agree with that, maybe banning TikTok should be on the table, I don't agree Trump should be doing it in this way. So anyway, let's move on. Let's move on to this. Trump was not specific about what element of China's response to the coronavirus angered him. And you see, this is this is what's a problem, because once Trump says something like this, and it's not like the main thing, this is what the media runs with. Now, here's the thing. Trump's justification differs from that of Pompeo, who told Fox News the issue was whether TikTok was handing private user data over to the Chinese government. TikTok is owned by the Chinese tech company ByteDance, headquartered in Beijing. Now, here's something you need to understand about Chinese technology. When you create like a social platform, or there's a company that stores user information in China, they're buddies with the Chinese Communist Party. And so the Chinese Communist Party demands that they hand all that information that they collect over to them. That's just how it is, and everyone knows that. When you use the WhatsApp in China, or whatever it's called, then those conversations and stuff get sent to the Chinese Communist Party, and people have been arrested because of things that were said privately to another friend on the WhatsApp. Now, we don't do that here, and we have our own privacy concerns. I'm not going to act like China's the only one that does this. You know, America spies on their own citizens. See that documentary Citizen 4 that won the Oscar a few years ago? That's a very fascinating movie, and it kind of highlights why you shouldn't be on social media that much if you can help it. But the thing is, there's still some accountability in some levels. Like, if the police want to subpoena your phone records, they want to subpoena your phone records to find out where you were one night or what you were talking about, they still have to typically provide a search warrant to get that information. There's still a process in there. China, that is not the case. If the CCP or the Chinese police want to build a case around you, they will do it behind your back, and they will get the information from the companies themselves, no warrant required. It really is scary how little freedom they have in China. So now you have this app TikTok that's being used by Americans, a lot of Americans, and people are now reverse engineering it. They're finding out, like, hey, this app is copying this. It's actually been labeled as spyware. And some places even called it malware, which I think spyware is more appropriate, because malware actually literally messes with your computer, and it holds your computer hostage until you give like credit card information. Basically, they're trying to blackmail you to get money. And then, of course, you give them that information, and then who knows what they're going to do with it. But here's the thing. U.S. politicians have voiced concerns over TikTok's Chinese roots for months. But for the present, the app's popularity may rankle for a different reason. Teen activists on the app in June claimed to have tanked Trump's comeback rally in Oklahoma by signing up for tickets and not attending, which, again, you see, when Trump makes it about himself, we kind of miss the bigger picture here. Now, a TikTok spokesperson told Business Insider, TikTok is led by an American CEO with hundreds of employees and key leaders across safety, security, product, and public policy in the U.S. We have no higher priority than promoting a safe and secure app experience for our users. We have never provided user data to the Chinese government, nor would if we were asked to. Now, this strikes me as a very canned response. Like I said, like, TikTok is led by an American CEO with hundreds of employees and key leaders. Now, what they're not addressing here is like, okay, but TikTok does have servers in China, and that those servers do give information over to the Chinese Communist Party, and it has been discovered that the American app is copying information and sending it somewhere. Where's it sending information? This statement is not worth wiping your butt with. So, here's the thing. TikTok did poach Disney streaming executive Kevin Mayer. He was the guy who launched Disney Plus to be its CEO in May in an attempt to reassure American lawmakers and consumers. Well, I'm going to tell you like a personal story with TikTok for me. Let's go over here so we have an image. Is when I heard about all of this, I looked to my wife and said, "Are you still using TikTok?" And she said, "Yes, I'm still using TikTok." And I told her, "Get it off your phone as soon as possible. Like here's some of the things that are being said about it." And she didn't argue with me. She trusts me, and she took TikTok off her phone. I'm trying to convince the rest of my family to also remove TikTok from their phones. Now, again, I think Trump is boggling what the problem is here. He's banning TikTok because of personal, he's feeling personally slighted that TikTok user signed up for his rally and didn't show up. He wants to punish China. And here's the thing, there's a legitimate reason to potentially ban TikTok. You should be banning TikTok because it's a security threat. There are concerns. We don't know for sure, but there's enough evidence that it's like, I don't think we can completely trust this thing. I just don't. Now, and it doesn't matter if it's a fun app, by the way. I know I haven't looked at your comments, but I'm sure someone here is that that they're saying, oh, it's just a fun app and stuff. But yeah, they say that all the time. Like, Facebook is just fun, or it's supposed to be fun, and yet it's still tracking your locations. It's still reading your emails. It's still pulling information on you that it is then putting in its algorithm. I mean, have you looked up some of the stuff that Facebook does that's really, really shady? It's extremely concerning, and I think people should really... I wish people were more aware of what this stuff actually... how they really made their money and what they did with your information, and it doesn't seem so fun anymore. And I did not expect TikTok to be in this situation, because it's like, well, it's just cute videos and all that jazz, but apparently it might be a little bit more nefarious. Now, I'm going to be keeping an eye on this topic in the future, because I'm kind of curious what's going to happen with this one. But I am curious, what about all of you out there? Do any of you own TikTok? What do you think of this news? Is this enough to convince you to take TikTok off your phone, or are you going to keep it on your phone? Like, you think this is nothing? And what do you think of, well, President Trump's handling of this situation? Do you think he's handling it the right way, or do you think, no, he's he's not handling it the right way? I would love to know. Comment below, like, favorite, share, subscribe, and as always, flame responsibly.